Damn. Damn, boy. Damn, boy, he's thick. Boy, that's a thick-ass boy.
Okay, I've addressed the elephant in the room, so now we can move on from that and never talk about that again until the game comes out. Okay, capiche? Thank you. Anyway, welcome back. Today, what we're going to be doing is just talking about the Super Mario Wonder Direct and things that really intrigue me and make me excited for the game. As there's no point in me going over the whole Direct because people have done that already, pointing out all these details, all the new enemies. But I'll talk about some things like that, like the new power-ups and stuff, etc. So, without further ado, let's just get into this. So the first thing I want to talk about is the new Kingdom we're in, as the new themes here look so good and are going to make this game so much more better than the new Super series. Like, don't get me wrong, they're not bad games, you know, they're not like Call of Duty nowadays, so it's alright. But there was a lack of just originality with the later ones, so it's good to see that we're kind of going back on track. And there's themes from there that they've just combined together, like in First World, we have like the grassy plains, but then you go on like a rocky terrain, which is quite cool. Then you've got like a snowy area that you climb up a tree and end up in a sky area, so it's quite cool what they're doing. But then we've also got some new themes, like we've got Shining Falls, which I think is just like caves, but what they've done with it looks really cool. And the desert, I know we saw the desert theme, but they've like combined the beach with it, and there's like a main area where it's like a castle, and it's kind of similar to like the Bowser Kingdom in Super Mario Odyssey, which is quite cool. The levels themselves aren't restricted either to that specific area theme, so like you could have a candy level like we've seen, and then the next level could be like a lava geyser level or something. The world progression as well looks really cool. Like, as we see, there's like an ice world that leads to a cloud world, but you climb up a tree. It's kind of similar to New Super Mario Bros. Wii, where you climb up the mountain in the rock world, so that's quite cool. And then we see other worlds where like you go down, there's multiple paths, and there's also open areas like in the first world. And the areas look really big and expansive. Like, literally we see an open shot of like the first world and the different parts, and it looks like there's loads of levels. So if that's just the first world, imagine the other ones. Then there's also the Petal Isles in the middle, which is kind of just like a mix of everything, I think, which is quite cool. Another thing I want to talk about is Bowser himself, as he's turned into a castle, which is really weird and wacky, but we roll with it. And I'm a bit confused, as in, it's in the middle of the Petal Isle, so maybe after you've done all those worlds, it unlocks the Bowser one, and it's a Bowser world, or it could just be a final castle and then you fight Bowser there, which would make sense since we see loads of levels in the first world, so there's probably way more in the other ones. That's why we've only got 7. I presume there's going to be a bonus world anyway, for like the hardest levels. Best there not be any 9-7 in there, but you never know. The Bowser Castle could be its own other world, which is themed around that place, as it's kind of like a factory one, and we have saw in the first trailer there's like a factory industrial level, so maybe that's for this world, you never know. Now moving on, I'm going to talk about the characters and the power-ups. I've put these together because I feel for one of these things they're hiding something, like a secret power-up or a secret character. A secret character could make sense for a special world like Rosaline in 3D World, and it would probably be her, and maybe she has a special spin attack, even though no one else really has a difference besides Yoshi and Nabbit. And the power-ups, I don't think there's only going to be 6, like the Mushroom, Fire Flower, Star, Elephant, the Bubble, and the Drill. They are cool power-ups, but I just feel there's going to be some other ones. And I have noticed there is a mini mushroom in a Wonder Effect, and we have saw the people in the Wonder Effect, so maybe some of the power-ups are just locked into the Wonder Effect for that specific level, so we could see like a Mega Mushroom power-up in one of them, or an Ice Flower one. So that would make sense for those leaks, where they're like, oh, there's an Ice Flower Tanuki, so yeah, it could make sense. Now, I want to move on and talk about the bosses, as we do see the Bowser Jr. boss once again, and it shows that Mario grows in size as well as Bowser Jr. Like they shrink and then grow. But we also saw in the last trailer that he used a fire flower. Unless that's a different battle entirely. Like, as we haven't saw any mid-castle bosses, maybe just Bowser Jr. just sweeps on in this Bowser ship or something. You never know. But we do see Kamek in this trailer, so I'm expecting a boss about him. Now there's also these giant piranha plant things that could be a boss, but we do see once you collect like the wonder seeds for that world, like the grand one or whatever it is, one of them disappears. So maybe it's just for that. But I would love to see a boss like that, like maybe similar to Yoshi's Island. And I would like to see bosses that are like New Super Mario Bros. DS, where we had like a giant Goomba and you had to stomp on his head. Then you had like the Mummy Pokey. Just some originality with some of the enemies. You don't just have to do Bowser and Bowser Jr. As I don't think the Koopaling's going to be here. I mean, there could be a wonder effect where like Bowser Jr. just summons them in or something. That would be a nice little touch, but I don't think they're going to appear. Now obviously we got shown these new badges that you can unlock in some challenges, but there's also other ones that we have seen, like there's this Wiggler race, so maybe there's one of them each world, like just a race with a Wiggler, which is quite cool. We also see a number of times where you're chasing one of these like squirrel things, which kind of reminds me of Rayman Origins where you chase the treasure chest. I bring this up now because I'm hoping that there's like some challenge levels, like the mystery houses in 3D Land and 3D Worlds. They were pretty cool and there could be good opportunities just to use them. But I feel these badges are going to be the main ones of this, which is cool. Now one of the things I'm surprised they didn't go over is the way you can go in the foreground and the background. Like yeah, they did show it off and mention it where the flower says, I wonder if you can get over there. But I think it's a big deal because like it shows that there's more like that you can do with the levels and make them more open. As we also see in the first trailer, there was like a time where you can go in the background and the foreground in this piranha plant level. I think that's the second level of the first world, and we also see that has a secret exit. So maybe you have to go in the background and do a whole nother level just to get to the secret exit, which is so cool in my opinion. Like it just allows for so much creativity, and if this gets added to Mario Maker 3, it just makes the whole possibilities endless. Now touching on the secret exits, I might as well talk about the one that's been shown off, which is the one where you're riding like the stampedes of these bull things in the wonder effect, and then you go past the flagpole, then you end up on these cloud things and grab the wonder seeds, and then you end up going to the flagpole and going all the way down it, and it's like a really long one. It's just so weird but cool. So I'm hoping there's more cool ones like that. Now to end off the video, I'm going to talk about the collectibles that you may need to 100% the game, because knowing me, I'm going to just collect everything because I love to 100% every game. Now in each level, there are 2 wonder seeds to collect. Sometimes there's 3 if there's a secret exit, and whenever there's 1, it's normally like a badge challenge or something. There's also the free purple 10 coins, but I'm also thinking, do you have to collect all the standees? Because there's like a whole page of them, similar to like the stamps in Super Mario 3D World. I'm also thinking maybe you've got to collect all the badges as well. And we saw that you've got to get the top of the flagpole in each level. I'm hoping you don't have to clear every character, because that would just be way too long. I don't think you would, because there's like 12 characters, so that would mean that you've got to play the game like 12 times. Even if you connect all controllers, you still got to play it 3 times, which is just a bit insane. So yeah, that's basically everything I wanted to go over, because most people have just went over everything that was shown off. But I just wanted to touch upon and expand on things that have been shown, because there's so many things about this game that are left unanswered. And there's also some secrets, I feel like. Like, we don't even know. Obviously Bowser becomes the baddie, of course, but like, that Prince Florian, I'm onto him. He doesn't think he's safe from me. But anyway, if you did enjoy, please like and subscribe. And make sure to turn that notification bell on for when the next uploads, because I've got some big videos coming. I've got one more video I want to make, Then I'm going to take a break for a bit and then back in school and that, and I've got loads of work to do. But then I'll be working on the next lot of videos at the same time, as I've got some big videos coming, as well as the Super Mario Bros. Wonder playthrough. And I've got to figure out how I'm going to record that and stuff, because I'll have to get an Elgato, I think, because it's not as simple as recording on the PS, because the Switch isn't capable of that. So, yeah. Thanks for watching, and I shall see you in the next one. Goodbye!